Oh dear, anybody watching on stream? I just got into a Fnatic against Rox.Kis game, um, and then I dropped out as soon as I started the stream. This is terrible news. David is in there at the moment. He'll be casting. We'll be joining him very, very shortly. Let me just start loading back into the game. Alright, I think the microphone should be fine. Let's have a quick look. Yep, Dota's streaming fine. There's background music. Don't want it to be too loud. That'll do. Please let me know in the comments if that does get too loud. And yeah, here we go then. We're going to be going in. It's MLG.
Not surprising again.
Oh, hello. Hi, sorry, I dropped.
Hey, Grumble.
I dropped. Had to restart Dota. Had a bit of a heart attack there.
Oh boy.
But we're in. We're in.
Yes, we are.
You keep going. I'm going to catch up on these.
From Rox.Kis. Okay. Batrider ban for Rox.Kis, so letting the IO through if that's what Fnatic wants to do. Of course, Fnatic hasn't been using the IO quite as much as they did for a while there with great success. I think teams are getting slightly better at countering it, but still a very powerful hero for them. Batrider also very strong in the meta right now. Definitely a hero that Rox.Kis would not want to be up against. We'll see if Fnatic goes for the IO early here. They're taking a little bit of time, so that may be what the discussion is about.
I have noticed, like, because it was in the exact same thing in the two matches we did last week. Invoker Batrider seemed to be kind of paired bans, paired starting bans.
Fnatic wants to Lycan early.
There it is. We've talked about it a lot in other games. Should he be an immediate first pick ban? And I got to say, I'm not one to stand in the face of pro teams consistently doing something. I guess you have been right all along. Lycan is a sensible first ban pick.
I think it's kind of undeniable at this point. He's got a good win rate, very flexible hero. I think it's underestimated as a hard carry. I mean, he's not going to go as late as I don't know, a gyrocopter or something like that, but really can play in a lot of different roles and in a lot of different strategies.
I suppose one of my qualms about him is just his ult gives you that wonderful movement speed, which is great for chasing and great for initiating as well. But you go so much faster than everybody else. Perhaps there's a bit of a risk that you'll get left behind or end up out in front and out of position. But yeah, I mean, prove me wrong, Fnatic. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm on the verge of totally changing my opinion on Lycan.
I think to some extent you sort of have the same point with Batrider. Definitely a hero that, as we discussed, I think in our matches last time casting around, requires you and your team to be on the same page, and Lycan requires good pacing when you are going for those initiations. Which, of course, he doesn't have to be played as a teamfight hero. He can be. I would even say that's a specialty. But yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Definitely a very. But Fnatic as a team, remember, of course, being the IO pioneers that, well, not pioneers, but specialists that they became, is definitely a team that is very comfortable with those sudden, very well-timed initiations. But Lycan is a very different style, so we'll see. Ancient Apparition picked up by Rox.Kis, definitely another support which has just flown to the top of the tier list from a lot of basically obscurity beforehand. Abaddon picked up, probably going to be Goblack's hero, definitely a hero he's very happy to play. What do you think of the Ancient Apparition Abaddon combo, Grumble?
I like the idea of it. I mean, there's a great deal of slow there. There's a lot of ways they could play this. I mean, Abaddon, I've seen gone carry and support, and I think he's more effective in a support role, or just a tank.
It'll definitely be Goblack as a support Abaddon.
Yeah, okay, that would be my immense hope. But yeah, the AA blast with Abaddon then to sit in the middle of the team fight. They got a setup there for some messy combos. Will this be a carry or
support Naga?
If it was a carry Naga, it would have to be what, a Lycan off lane? I suppose Naga could mid.
Well, it could be Naga mid.
Yeah.
They go for the Weaver ban, so perhaps trying to protect that Naga mid, or at least, and Rox.Kis does ban out the IO, perhaps trying to pave the way for that Naga mid, or at least force Rox.Kis to pick against a Naga mid if they, and I'm sure they'd be happy to play our support if that's what it came to. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things. This also could be the makings of an aggressive tri-lane. Naga and Lycan both very happy to be in the aggro tri.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Abaddon just makes it all risky, I think, going for aggressive plays early, just because he is very survivable.
That's a great point.
He's a bit like Dazzle in that, you know, if you want to dive towers, you either want Dazzle or you want Abaddon, because their abilities can just make you immune to damage, they can heal you.
Right.
So aggression on the part of
Fnatic
Fnatic will be tricky, I think, but
right.
Not impossible.
Seconds
Certainly not impossible.
Right.
5 seconds.
I think the AA Ember combo could have been quite nice as well, if they are going for that kind of team fight. You know, once the Ember Spirit's kind of got his items up, and the slow gets put down, that's cold feet and preventing healing, so mechs won't help. Oh, it'll be horrific. And it's the puck mid.
Also, Ice Vortex is a big magic damage increaser, and of course Ember Spirit being pretty much entirely burst magic damage is a very natural combo.
Well, Sleight of Fist is actually physical, and that's his main damage.
Right, but that's not till late game really that
True,
comes into play.
true,
Early
yeah.
on, its main damage comes from all the magic,
all the DOTs and the burning and the get off my face, you horrible Ember. Yeah. I like these next pickups. Disruptor, an incredibly powerful teamfight hero with his ult and the static shield. Darkseer Disruptor, I really like that combo. So if people get out of the static field and they're not in Disruptor's ult, so they're not being silenced, Darkseer can just vacuum them in. Yes? No?
Yeah.
I would assume
setups,
so.
Or lots of synergy with the Naga Siren. They can all sort of set up and execute off of each other.
Yeah. They have got a terrifying team, I think.
You can make people stand still, so that Disruptor can just get his hoop and ult up whenever he wants, and then lead into a perfect Darkseer combo. So, very strong synergy between those three heroes.
That'll bring everyone low. If they have a fight like that, say at the river, and Lycan pops his ult at the end of it, I reckon he could chase with the movement speed, chase down 2 or 3 heroes that were low before they'd managed to get back up onto the high ground or anywhere near their fountain. You know, it wouldn't just be a question of, alright, team fight's over, we killed 2, 3 of them are running away, let's chase one. Lycan could actually wipe the whole team with that movement speed, especially if it picks up a basher.
If they can avoid the silence, Clinks, Puck, and Abaddon are all heroes which are very much made to get out of those types of situations and when they shouldn't be able to.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you have lots to say about the Puck throughout this game.
Yeah. Puck played by
Gyro Band from Fnatic.
Puck just annoys me. He's an amazing hero. Believe me, I don't dislike him the way I disliked past tense Lycan. I dislike him because he annoys me.
Rox.Kis bans out the Visage, so they think it's going to be the mid Naga. Because they take out another support, and then they pick up the Lone Druid. I haven't seen a Lone Druid in a long time.
I'm looking forward to this. There's going to be lots of bear plays, and yeah, the Fnatic safe lane's might struggle to find a bit of farm.
5 seconds.
Because that wave is going to be
where do you
fighting
think
in the jungle.
Will be laned here?
Let me have a look. So Puck mid. I mean, yeah, Clinks or Lone Druid could take the solo lane. I have a feeling with an Abaddon that they might be going aggressive try. I would imagine Lone Druid's safe lane, and then they just run a straight aggressive try.
Abaddon Clinks is a great combo. Great combo. Clinks being so squishy in lane, but having someone that still being a good diver.
Plus,
I'm not quite sure how this Ancient Apparition is going to fit in, because now that I look it through, they don't have any reliable stuns on the side of Rox.Kis. How are they going to proc the Cold Feet? Other than, I guess, Dream Coil.
Yeah, I was going to say Dream Coil going out. They've got Entangle on the bear.
Not being reliable, but still a good point. But it's going to be very difficult for Rox.Kis to stuns. I mean, it's only basically the Puck.
It is. We're in that laggy period. Solo. Just so you know, so I missed some of that.
Okay. Yep.
Just as people pick their heroes. It's also the period sometimes where we get the pictures on the hero cards kind of head bopping a little bit as the game slows down, and then.
See, I never get that.
I do. I think it might be if I tab out, maybe it freezes, and then if I come back, let's see. Oh no, they didn't do it. Sometimes they catch up on all the frames of animation. It's just really rapid head bopping. It's kind of cool, especially on certain heroes. Lifestealer though is terrifying. So is Brood Mother.
I could imagine. Lifestealer's a pretty terrifying looking dude. You gotta give him credit for that.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, I'm
No
so
doubt.
excited, Grumble. I'm so excited.
I know this is going to be an amazing game. Hani there taking the Naga, and it is going to be a Naga mid. I'll introduce Fnatic. You do Rox.Kis.
Yes. Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. All right. Well, so as I said, Hani mid. I'm going to take a little bit of time to look at the items as well. A very pretty Naga. I really like the headdress actually.
Not bad.
Trixie taking the Darkseer off lane, nice and traditional. He's got some very impressive items as well. Oh, and again, I think it's mainly
Yeah, I
about
like
the
the
heads.
back. I like
Oh, the back
shell.
is good. The back is good as well. Yeah. I gotta be quick.
The shell's nice.
Quick look at Vengeful Spirit here, being played by Fly. She's got Skriok's talent. Is that the only item for Venge or something? Either way, it's very, very cool.
There's a new set coming out, but I think, yeah.
No tail there on the Disruptor with the traditional Storm Rider set. That seems to be the one I see most on Disruptor. And up here we've got Era on the Lycan, rocking out with some battle crawls of the Great Grey, granted for visiting the secret shop at the International. So that's why he got those. He has no other items for Lycan. So yeah, that's the Fnatic team. You want to do Rox.Kis?
That sounds awesome. On Rox.Kis, we have Clinks, played by 63, up here on the top. Look, he's going to be soloing the safe lane. Solo is going to be mid on the puck. We have Sidoy on the Lone Druid, heading towards what looks like to be an aggressive Chai lane, along with Yol on the Ancient Apparition, and you know, if I'm going to be totally honest, my favorite Dota player in the whole world, Rox.Kis.Goblak on the Abaddon. This is going to be awesome.
There was a bit of a lobby banter going on between him and Toby. I think he might be one of Toby's favorites as well.
His drafts, his play, everything about him. As soon as I became interested in Pro Dota, he's my guy.
Heart goal back. They've got a nice
very aggressive ward here in the radiant jungle.
Did they miss the magic bush? No, I'm sure not.
Druid's in
Sure
trouble.
they didn't. Oh, very, very nice static field there. Totally blocks off any attempt by the roaming supports to make any kind of move.
This is interesting. It's a very survivable aggro try, but aggro try that's it's going to be very difficult for them to get kills here. They don't have any killing potential unless the bear gets good entangles along and procs the cold feet.
Yeah, I mean, especially running up against another tri-lane. I mean, you know, you don't need stuns. Slows can do amazing things as well, but I agree, they don't seem to have any obvious... Well, no, they don't seem to have enough immediate damage output.
Right.
Right. But as you say, very, very survivable, but you don't... It surprises me then they're not just running dual lanes. If they're just going to kind of slide
I'm very happy to see Lone Druid being played as the farming carry. I personally believe that this is his best role. I think that he can be the hardest carry in the game. He has 12 item slots.
Yes.
He has a lot of room to grow, and I'm
Can't
very
argue
happy to
with
see him
that.
as the primary farmer.
You mean rather than an offlane carry, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I guess the appeal is he can...
the best aggro try carry in the game.
I think the appeal when he was played offlane was you get that absolutely brilliant ability to mess with the safe lane enemy creep waves. You know, you can just send a bear in, you can pull them out to your own tower and farm them in peace, you can hold up your own creep waves. You can totally screw with the creep equilibrium because you can have 2 waves of creeps fighting outside your tower and 2 waves of creeps fighting outside their tower.
And interesting, Disruptor has moved towards this top lane, partially just because they weren't getting anything done bottom, and partially because Clinks is doing very well up here. He's 8-2. He's keeping everybody low. He's messing up their side pulls. So it looks like we may see a dual lane, and that's just going to mean more farm for Lone Druid and less for Lycan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lycan has one last hit, 2.5 minutes into this match, and he's not. He's not even leveling that well.
Yeah, this is not a great start
He's
here for
level
Fnatic.
2.
Oh, and there's a sentry going down.
And a
Trixie
dual
coming
lane
in.
against Drylane.
Abaddon TPing in, cancels it as the first blood goes down.
Like,
I honestly thought he was TPing in there. I didn't think he had time to cancel.
It's probably fine. Trust
I mean, it was...
Yeah, Abaddon was TPing in, but
It was that close, honestly. Like, I'm even tempted to say he might just have been right-clicking trying to move after the TP and cancelled it, because I mean that must have been a frame away or something. But
I think he was going to die either way, and he cancelled because it wouldn't have made a difference.
it could have been a cancel, in which case it was just in time and well played.
Yeah, I I mean, I think Klinks was doing well in that lane, but Darkseer is very good against solos. You know, the harder it is for you to take out those Iron Shell creeps, the more you're going to struggle. And with Disruptor here, Klinks is really going to struggle.
Yeah.
Abaddon isn't really doing a lot in this bottom lane. I don't think they really need him. I'd love to see Abaddon move up top with the Klinks.
I mean, that would be an amazing lane. And also, I mean, the great thing about the top lane at the moment is with static field, you can kind of get the effect of a dust in terms of they can't move away from it with a sentry, which is much cheaper. So this is an amazing lane for getting vision on that Klinks. Darkseer actually...
He needs help. Lycan's just moved into the jungle, not farming very well at all in that lane.
Top rune is bot, going to be picked up by Abaddon, and it's Invis Goblak. It's Invis Goblak. Are you excited, Davide?
I think he's just going to go screw up Lycan. He's been doing it all game.
Just hide next to him for the XP drain, or actually go for some last hits? Or
I'm not sure. I mean, he could. I'm sure he wants to cancel that south. Oh, he's not going to.
He might have been watching another part of the map.
I guess maybe he's just too far away. Yeah, I think he can't miss it.
The downside of map
in
awareness.
This mid lane, Puck's doing very well. Solo's 26 and 8 to Hani's, what is it, 19 and 1? Even on levels, but
I mean, put it this way: if that lane was drawing even, or Naga was winning, we would, or I at least would be saying that's probably bad for Rox.Kis. I think this is a lane they need to win.
Oh, absolutely. They should be winning it. They should be winning it pretty hard.
Goblak's going in on the Lycan. just as a heads up.
An Ace coming around. Yeah, but Klinks is really struggling in this top lane. Darkseer's creep skipping him, his tower taking damage.
And they have dust now.
They dust him, and then the hoops
There's the static.
Abaddon needs to have moved to this top lane.
Yeah, but the dust wore off.
Still on. He should fall.
Oh, wait, no, not quite yet.
No, he's still going. He's still there.
Oh, and there's Puck.
He's up.
Beautiful stun.
He wants to kill this Darkseer. Oh, but
Trixie goes down.
Takes out Trixie. I don't understand why this Abaddon isn't in the top lane. That would be such a strong lane, and he's not needed bottom. He's not getting that much harass on Era in the jungle, and jungle Lycan isn't that much of a threat.
It's true.
Maybe I'm missing something.
It's true. I mean, he would be giving an awful lot to that Klinks, and the 2 kills for Fnatic are both on Klinks.
Yep.
If there'd been an Abaddon up there for an Aphotic Shields,
yeah, exactly.
that would have been easy.
Such a strong lane.
Easy life. And yeah, Klinks would have more time to get the DPS out.
Chidoi's still farming very well on this lone druid. He's 40 and 14 6 minutes into the match.
That is absolutely crazy.
With that rotation, Naga's coming up in last hits a little bit better, but Puck did get the kill.
I do love
looking at the net worth,
oh,
he's still 300 above Hani. Lycan now getting a little bit of farm, but he's low. He's 13 and 0 in the jungle. Lycan's just not a very strong jungler. I mean, he's relatively okay compared to a lot of other carries. I'd say he's a good jungler, but of course jungle farm not going to be what they had hoped for Lycan in this game.
Absolutely not. I mean, I guess this is one of my problems with Lycan. He comes online at quite a specific point, and if he comes online early, he's easily one of the best heroes in the game at kind of 10 minutes.
I think Lone Druid, now that I think about it, is actually a great counter to Lycan. Because Lycan, usually the way he's able to win a lane is by using his wolves to harass the other carry out of lane. But if you can use your bear to harass the wolves and harass him back, he's actually quite squishy relatively early on.
Absolutely, and he can't keep recasting the wolves, not indefinitely.
Right, exactly.
But that bear ain't going anywhere.
So,
and they're diving with bear.
I think Lone Druid is actually a very good counter.
And bear goes down to tower.
I don't know why he didn't respawn the bear. That's 300. Well, I guess no.
No, it went down to the tower.
For Vengeful.
Oh yeah, experience for Vengeful is true. I think AA tried to deny.
Oh.
I'm not sure why he didn't go for it.
Okay. I mean, could have just recast it. Either way.
True, very true. Darkseer picking up a Midas. So this is going to be a pretty rich Darkseer. Disruptor, TP's in mid.
Midas on the way?
Yeah, full Midas.
Yeah, okay.
On the way across the skies. Oh, and there it is. Beautiful glimpse. Silence.
Puck should be dead.
Yes. Alright, No Tail is now officially my favorite hero in this match. For countering Puck.
Your favorite hero is No Tail?
For countering Puck. That's all you got to do to impress me, guys. You counter Puck.
They're diving Vengeful with the bear.
Oop. Fly got
They can see him
jukes.
thanks to AA.
Fly got jukes.
Oh, crazy jukes from Fly.
Bottom tower is under siege.
Very impressive.
And here are these wolves.
Abaddon has another Invis rune. Sitting here, sees the Lycan. Wants to maybe get
Fly
him,
gets
they're gonna go
entangled.
Vigil.
Abaddon cannot get in past the
Yeah,
bear.
he should fall.
And was it you who made the point to me recently?
Oh my god, how can he...
Oh, the Naga! The song!
But Fly can't get
Oh,
out.
and that is a terrifying place to
But
put a
Darkseer
wall.
ult comes in, this should be 3 kills.
Top tower is under
Oh, Abaddon's gonna be tricky. He is level 4. They want him
Abaddon does
now.
not have his 6. Yeah. Wolves are after him.
Oh, but Puck's there to defend.
Puck's here.
Surge comes in from Darkseer, possibly a little late. That was an amazing
That
team
was a
fight.
great song to save Vigil, but Vigil just could not get out. Every pathway was blocked.
Yeah, and then that wall, and it's just, you know, when you're caught in a whole mess of trees with a wall blocking off every possible escape.
Clinks is dusted up here in the top lane.
Oh, that vengeful
He did
stun, I
not
think.
back up when he had a chance to and got caught in the hoop. He was like, I don't care about your dust, what are you going to do? But then the hoop
Yeah.
came and the vengeful TP.
I mean, I'm
Over
actually
aggressive from Clinks.
my slight question. I'm normally a big fan of dust, especially for highly mobile ones like Ricky or Clinks. In this situation with the disruptor, though, I kind of prefer sentries because you trap him in that, you pop down a sentry, you're saving gold, and
Sure.
your vision isn't going to wear off until the spell does,
Well,
or the
Dust is cheaper than sentries. I mean, it's a small difference.
Oh, is it? I thought sentries were cheaper than dust. That's really
No, Dust is
embarrassing.
180, sentries are 200.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I still love
Never
you.
mind. I am a little bit embarrassed at that, but that's
Hoop on
fine.
Puck here middle.
Oh, a nice
They got the
blink.
silence on so he can't go to the hoop. Oh. Yeah, Disruptor's very strong against Puck, so you should be very happy this game.
Oh,
they're
I'm
going
so
on
happy.
Hani.
Still doesn't have his 6 on the Abaddon.
Oh, so close! Hani walks out with less than 40 health, but Clinks is going after her. Oh, but
Oh,
Vengeful
beautiful stun from Venge. Clinks is still
Clinks
going
wants
for
to-
it though.
He's got a haste rune. He's going for her. He's trying to hide in the trees. Will
It's
Clinks-
the obvious
Clinks walk right
hide
past her.
spot. It's the obvious hide spot, but he must assume
But
she's
she
run
got
back.
trees. Oh, Hani will get away. He's trying to wait her out.
Nope, there we go.
Oh, he's found her.
There we go. Well played. Well played. All about the mind
Andre is
games.
Still farming well in this lane. Slowed down some with the kill and the little bit more presence in lane, but still 63 last hits.
I'm wondering what
I think he's got a glove of haste on the bear. I guess he's going for Midas. Yeah, he's almost has enough for it.
yeah, it'll be Midas. I'm trying to work out ways Hani could have got out of that. I think if he'd been able to predict the Clinks' movements perfectly, he could have cut down a couple more trees and escaped
Well, I
onto
mean,
mid lane.
He really should have. He had a TP scroll. I don't know why he didn't use it.
That's true. Very true. Mana, possibly.
Yeah, that. Yeah, maybe I'm not sure. I don't think so. Could be wrong.
I personally, I would be quite happy
Hani's
if
going
TP
top. They're
said
gonna
no
smoke
mana.
up and go for this Clinks again. Clinks cannot solo this lane. They have too many ways to counter him. I don't understand why Abaddon is not here helping him out.
He's being over aggressive again. Oh, but
The
the
dust
dust is
is
too
in.
far away because he spots out Hani on the Naga before the no-tail disruptor. That's a shame.
I mean, so Fnatic is up 8-4, and Clinks has 3 deaths, all of which I think I can confidently say would have been preventable with the Abaddon there. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I don't know. Maybe,
I-
and Abaddon's doing good work in other places, but he's not needed anywhere else.
Yeah, as I said,
Lone Druid is still farming really well.
well, as you were saying, he really did nothing bot. He didn't add anything. Like Lone Druid played right, very
I
survivable,
think he may have been
and he already
helpful
had
for
an
the
AA
first
there.
couple of levels, prevented them from trying to harass Lone Druid so he could get boots up on the bear and boots on himself and the Orb of Venom. I mean, I
I'm
can
agreeing
understand
with
maybe
you
there at
here.
the start, but once it was clear he wasn't needed.
Yeah,
Even I can't agree with myself. AA ult flies in, Clinks falls again, and Naga will just use the song to walk away.
Oh,
And they have
but
AA up on
AA
that lane, but still Abaddon middle.
AA does finish off Disruptor though with the DOT.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Oh,
So that was 1 for 1, and given the utility of Disruptor, I think
pops
that's
well
actually
by
fairly
Disruptor.
significant.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good kill. Gives Clinks some time to farm. If Clinks wasn't dead, but by the time Clinks is up, Disruptor will be as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Invis Puck looking for Trixie.
Yeah, they're going on
There,
this.
he does not have a chance. Not a chance.
Uses the Dream Coil.
Dream.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think they
if he
needed that
it-
dream.
Of the, I couldn't see if the entangle procced or not.
Dyer's middle
I just- I mean,
tower
I-
is
Naga
under
Siren takes
siege.
out Abaddon. I missed that. He had popped his Abaddon's ult earlier, so he knew he was gettable.
Gettable.
Dyer's
Yeah.
middle tower is being attacked.
I think they definitely didn't need to use the dream coil there. I mean, they had 2 ranged heroes plus a bear, and they used the dream coil when he was on less than 200 health.
Lone Druid, I believe, was in spirit form, but still.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Radiant's
I still think they
bottom
would've got
tower
it.
is under siege.
Yeah, it
I
only would have
agree, I
been
think I
something
agree.
like 3 hits from.
Or true form, or whatever he's
Ooh.
calling it. Puck
Big
in
fight.
trouble here. Middle.
Indeed. Being caught out, but they haven't managed to silence him
No.
this time. Doesn't matter.
Oh!
Clinks
very
turns
quick.
up, dusted.
Yeah. And now Clinks looks
Looking
to
for
be
the
dead, too.
blink. All of Disruptor's abilities are on cooldown, unfortunately. That's going to be the slow. They need a good.
He should be
They
able to get
need a
away
net
with
from
the,
Honey.
skeleton walk movement speed. Just too far away.
Now up by the secret shop. Go straight past the entire Radiant team.
I mean, Fnatic is definitely getting the best of these, 10 to 15 minute fights. But Sadoy is getting free farm here in the bottom lane. He's got
Yeah.
the Midas up. He's already got a Maelstrom up. He wasn't going for Midas. He got a Maelstrom on the bear, skipped the Midas and went straight for Maelstrom. So no
Well, I mean
Midas or
that's still a
Radiance on the
good.
bear.
That's still a decent farming item.
Radiant's bottom
Oh yeah, there's
tower
nothing wrong
is
with Maelstrom. Disruptor takes out the Clinks. Again. And Abaddon
Yeah, so
still
far-
middle.
So far, the only Midas in the game on the Darks here, which is very unusual.
Darkseer's not an uncommon Midas carrier. I mean, more I think in the old meta than in recently, but certainly picks it up fairly frequently.
As the only one in the
can farm very
game
well.
with a lone druid and a Naga.
Oh, and Sadoy looks to be dead.
Oh, that vacuum will finish it off.
4 heroes.
I'm really
I
looking
think
forward.
Abaddon should be the hero that's rotating around,
Radiant's middle
saving
tower
people,
is under
helping to
siege.
fend off ganks, but he's just been farming middle. I mean, he
Dyer's
has his
bottom
tranquils
tower
up, he
is
has some
being
wards, that's
attacked.
great. He got
Dyer's
great levels out of it.
structures have been
But after he
fortified.
got his 6 even, he still stayed middle and farmed.
I am slightly confused as to who is a carry and who
Dyer's
is a
bottom
support
tower is
on
under
Rox.Kis.
attack. I only mentioned
I mean,
the
other than AA
position
is a support.
How are you doing
All of them have been
Right.
doing. Just the behavior
I
has
think Abaddon
been.
is definitely
But-
the
but-
support, but I
but-
agree that it's not been entirely clear. They haven't been doing their roles.
That's what I mean. But behavior-wise, you really couldn't tell. Other than Lone Druid's definitely a carry because they've been making sure he gets his farm. But yeah, the Sabaddon's been roaming around. Puck, yeah, kind of supporty, kind of carry-ish, kind of an asshole.
He's got his Blink Dagger up, a pretty fast Blink Dagger. And AA picks up a Midas at 16 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is being
That's another
attacked.
valid Midas carrier. I'm just surprised we're not seeing it on the carries.
There's going to be a 3-on-4 fight here. Naga Song's in. I'm not sure what Rox.Kis was going for. Lycan's on his way
They're
in.
in big trouble here with the Disruptor combo, Static
And
Shield,
there was that
and the ult.
combo.
Question is Abaddon going to be able to get out?
Dyer's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
nope.
attack.
Glimpse back.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Props his
That's the
ult,
ult
but
down. Lycan doing a
being
beautiful
blocked
job just
up.
creep blocking him.
They'll have stuns and net soon. Yep.
There it is, 16 for 6.
They do take the top tower, but not a very well advised fight there. They didn't have eyes on Lycan, and they should have known he was in the jungle. And that, especially with this combo, you do not want to go against Disruptor, Naga, and Darkseer when they're around each other.
Absolutely.
And they should be able to take bottom easily.
And squish, there it goes.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
Trixie runs back into the AO. I mean, I do think that Rox.Kis definitely has late game here. Hani did not rush her Radiance. Looks like she's going for a Yasha, so not rushing Diffusal either. But has an Aquila up, has drums up.
But here's why the lack of a
Looking at
Midas
the-
on
Go ahead.
the lack of a Midas on Lone Druid is particularly weird here because he had free farm early game, but they've shown now that they can gank and they will gank, and he's going to have to be very careful. And Midas is the best way to counter uncertain farming, like if you're worried about being pushed out of lane for a while, or you're worried about needing to catch up, or anything like that. You get a Midas.
He definitely was sort of lulled into a false sense of security there by
Yeah.
having such great farm.
I think he should have used that farm to get a Midas because it wasn't going to carry on, given that Fnatic were just dominating the rest of the game.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah.
being attacked.
Yeah.
And the other thing
Maelstrom
is-
great on the bear. no Midas and no Radiance. The true sort of traditional hard carry lone druid choices.
Yeah. And I mean, the
Both.
I don't know. The really weird thing is they put that Abaddon in there just to keep him extra safe. Now that, even with the Clinks dying on top, that might have made a little bit more sense if Lone Druid was rushing a Midas. Because then it's like, yeah,
Or
well,
Radiance,
Clinks is
yeah.
dying. Or a Radiance.
Rox.Kis is going to go for a quick Roche here. With the Bear and Clinks, they should be able to take it down pretty fast.
It should be
They're pinging
unexpected.
it out. Fnatic has to know this is coming. Yeah, and they're already making moves in there. And this combo is ready to go. All the ults up on Fnatic. They need to do this fast. Yep, that
Yeah, but
Spirit has eyes of it.
they've got
Naga's
Naga.
song any second.
That's all they
And
need.
there it is.
This isn't what Rox.Kis
So close to
want.
dying.
And there's the song.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh.
Naga gets the Aegis. Then we get the Disruptor combo. Lycan.
But Fly taking a lot of damage.
Lycan 2ing face. Rox.Kis on the massive retreat there. Managed to take out the two
Hilo.
Fnatic supports. But now it's just left with
Yeah,
Yol.
he's the only one alive.
Yol running back.
And they take the middle tier 1. I mean, that was an understandable, they were under pressure, that was the type of thing they needed to do, but, I mean, Fnatic has the lineup for dealing with those types of shenanigans, has the perfect lineup for it.
Yeah, I mean, what we can't really deny after seeing that is if they'd managed to stay in there for another 5 seconds, or even 3 seconds maybe, then
Right.
they would have killed Rosh
Right.
and they would have got the Aegis. But here's the question. Would that have made a significant difference in that fight?
If
Given-
Lone Druid did not die twice after that, I would have been surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you got the Naga ult to set everything up, and then you've got Disruptor to just neuter everyone, and Lone Druid,
And Lycan's
Lycan in ult, just hitting things. Venge amping everyone's
Lycan's
damage.
going through the dire jungle, leaving one creep in camps so that they don't spawn.
And I was thinking, you know, what did I forget there that they had? And of course it was War. I mean,
Yeah, he did it again. He left one giant wolf in this camp.
well, that's how you play it, right?
That's how you play it. I like it.
Don't give them the chance to catch up.
And now Hani has the Aegis. Almost finished with her Manta. Or, yeah, I think just a Manta recipe away. Should have enough for it. Clinks does take out the Disruptor bottom, so gets his sweet revenge. And gonna do a lot to this bottom tower, but they pop Glyph and Dark Seers here. And now Lycan Wolves are coming in on the Clinks. Invis on Invis. Vengeful keeping 3 heroes here middle.
There was some
Yeah,
really...
I don't get. I think the Midas, he had such good farm. He could have gotten a Radiance. I mean, especially if he had straight rushed it, he could have definitely gotten the relic before his first death.
Let me just quickly check his net worth.
Sure.
6.8k. He's 5th. That's not good. I mean, he's currently sitting on 1,700
Oh, really?
gold.
It's interesting. He's still on top of the last hits chart, but that's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just problematic. He might be ahead on the last hits chart. Let's have a look. Yeah, but 3 up on Lycan? That's not enough. That's
Yeah.
not anywhere near enough.
Yeah, it's not. Nope. And he's died what?
4
In
times.
the last 7 minutes, he's died 4 times.
It's shutdown time.
Blinks down in the
Major
Radiant
shutdown
jungle,
time.
looking to cause some shenanigans.
He'll be looking to get a death pact off on that big creep. There it is. Aegis reclaimed
He might
in
go, he has his Orchid.
3 minutes.
He might go on this.
There's
this
a glimpse.
Trixie, but Abaddon's in a lot of trouble.
And
Yep.
out.
I think I really like how Fnatic is using the fact that Lone Druid did not go for the Radiance. Does have the Maelstrom, but still not a lot of AoE damage on Rox.Kis without the AA ult to fly in, and using it to go for these 5-man ganks. Not pushing towers, but so hard because they know that AA is so strong against that. Although they are going to push this tier 2 bottom, but
Blink's doing a great job taking the tier 1, backdooring it in exchange.
Yeah.
Just to throw out.
But not enough, and they're going to push high ground. Lone Druid isn't here. They have a Necro up on Lycan. AL is flying in, lands on 3 heroes.
Here comes Lone. He's here.
Yeah, but they could just turn away. Oh, but they're going
Oh,
in.
Honey's going in.
Hani, very deep dive on this Abaddon.
What?
Pops his ult, but I'm not sure what Hani's going to do here now. She's in trouble.
Song and TP. Oh, she had the Aegis,
Oh,
yeah.
she had the Aegis.
There's still Song coming. In the meantime, Puck, Clinks,
She pops.
both being finished off.
Now, do they
Yeah,
want
well,
more?
it's not
They
even
want
to
more?
retreat. It's for the rest of the team to come in. Here we go.
Disruptor throws a hoop. Shadoi can do nothing.
Absolutely
That's
nothing.
game.
Yep, that's game. GG.
And they call it.
GG called from Rox.Kis. And a good game, I think. A really, really good game.
Very interesting. I like Rox.Kis' ideas a lot. I really like their strategy, but did not rotate well and did not execute well. And Fnatic just sniffed him out.
Absolutely. Mr. Pity cluttering up the spectator chat. Thanks, bro. Love it. And yeah, not a good game for your favorite Goblack. Anyway, we should get into the next lobby, I guess. I'm gonna keep my stream running, I think.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep going.
Alright, see you on the flip side. Yeah, about not having the ticket. This is just because this was such a surprise for me. I just saw the password advertised in the in a conversation I'm in, and I was like, yeah, I'll do some of that. So I actually don't have a ticket to the MLG. Many apologies. Many apologies. Also, I need to check up on the status of whether or not there is going to be a second game. I'm not entirely sure. If you guys can just hold the phone for 2 seconds, I'll see if I can bring you another. See you another one. The lobby might jump up at any time as well, of course. Let me just try making sure I got that password right as well. Bum 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 bum. Nothing. I think perhaps this might be it. Perhaps this might be it. I'm just quickly checking out whether or not there's going to be another game. Oh, and there it is. There it is. Beautiful, wonderful. So very happy. Once David is in, I think he's going to be doing the lead casting for here. So for anybody watching on Dota TV, you will be... Well, of course. What am I talking about? We're in the lobby. Anybody watching is watching on my channel. Good job. So I'm going to leave that channel. David, you can jump in. There we go. I'll join up. Good. Gonna need a few minutes. Had a crash. That's fine. That's acceptable. And yeah, really looking forward to this next game. That last game, I mean, I really do think it came down to item choices. You gotta give me 2 moments here, guys. Hello anybody on stream, sorry about that, just a quick call from my mother. And of course you can't ignore your old mum. Especially not if she's down in Cornwall. Bum bum bum. What else is going on? What else is going on? We're waiting here for this for a quick crash, I think, from the official casters. We've got some very interesting people here, though. It looks like Light of Heaven is contributing to the Russian stream. That'll be a decent one to watch. Of course, that's We Play TV. And then there's just us, randomers here, sitting around, trying to get big. In with the likes of Toby One, Light of Heaven. I mean, this is just mad. This is mad. Frog TV. Oi, wow. Oi, wow. I'm going to take the opportunity to reply to a couple of quick messages. Okay. Oh, something else I was meaning to do. I'll tell you what, if this goes on much longer, I'll entertain anybody on stream by going through some of my cooler items. Because this won't take more than a couple of minutes anyway. Boom, boom. There it is. And I'm going to get another quick tweet ready, and then we can go and have a look at those awesome items, which I know you're all dying to see because you'd much rather look through my inventory than than watch these two pro teams play Dota. Of course, that's what you prefer. Right, okay, here we go. I'm here. Let's have a quick look. Sort by rarity. See what the best little things I've picked up along the way are. This is definitely my favourite item that I have. Inscribed Leviathan Whale Blade, with all of the gems that you could possibly want for a Kunkka. This of course being the one which, when you cast Torrent, it doesn't just do the kind of water spout, there's also a whale that comes up in the middle of that as well. Very Moby Dick to Great White Whale. So much love for that. Whale Hook's the other Immortal Mace. I've got a whale theme going on with my immortal items. I'm not too cool on the whale hook. Not too cool. I think there are much better hooks. This one, meh. Meh. And then of course we got all the legendary couriers, often given out at events and things like that. Some interesting announcers. I only ever use GLaDOS though, because Heart GLaDOS, she is the best. Also the wards I'm using a GLaDOS. Yes, my mythical mount for Luna. This is one of my favourites, just because it looks so cool, and I think her regular mount is kind of dull. Not bad, but just this is so much cooler. Let's have a quick look. Hiya! It's just got those beautiful lambent eyes at the front, and lambent is a good word. That's going to be my word of the day. Starting when Toby and Cap are good to go. Anything else worth showing off? I like my Disruptor Axe. Although I never play Axe, as you can see, no core damage taken. But I like it. It's cool. Very nice spirit. Dragon horse spirit. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's a totem. Mega kills from GLaDOS. 2 auspicious red hoof. Well, sorry, 1 auspicious, 1 genuine red hoof. I might do a giveaway on the auspicious one sometime. Ataxia. I really like that. A quite cool EG courier. That's another pretty cool axe. I just really like this one. It just looks crazy, all kind of burnt red metal and pockmarked. Really cool. Picked up the Dragon's Breath sniper rifle for sniper. It's kind of cool, but I mean, meh. The thing about sniper with items is most of the time they look really cool when you preview them, but when you get in game, he's just too small. You don't even notice. It just doesn't show up. So yeah, some pretty good items. Then we start getting into the random things. Quite a nice Spectre headpiece there. I haven't actually played Spectre since I picked that up. I probably should. That would scare people. That would win me a lane just by wearing that, and people would see it and just be like, "Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to." Some anti-mage things. Some more Spectre things. I got loads of mounts recently. Like I think everybody who can have a mount, I think I got a mount for them somewhere. I might be wrong. Maybe no, I don't have one for Disruptor. We have a serious crash on our hosting PC. Oh noes. We'll be waiting for that though, because that's the official cast. So they'll definitely be the ones we wait for. In the meantime, not that there's anything here to be particularly proud of, I'll let you all have a look at my profile page. 0% abandoned. That I am quite proud of. 3.2k MMR. On the way. In my defense regarding these, I have been playing an awful lot of lobby games over the last kind of 3 months. So if I've got better in the last 3 months, which I hope I have, that won't be reflected there because I played maybe probably about 95% lobby games. We've had a tournament running, and just lots of people around, and you know, I'd rather play 5v5 with friends most of the time if possible, especially if I'm casting, because I can guarantee that it'll be friendly, and that we'll wait for pauses and stuff like that. Ay, but madre de Dios, this is beginning to take time. I'm losing viewers. I've got to be more entertaining. Oh god, the pressure. Okay, let's have a look at most successful heroes, because this is I've got a tendency to overplay certain heroes and then barely touch others. Yeah, you can see. So, top 3 heroes played easily over 100 times each. And top 3 heroes in terms of amount. The next three, the highest one is 50. I mean, like Kunkka, Viper, and SB. These are the ones that I play when I just want to mess around. Spirit Breaker, and I've been messing around a lot, I guess, in my time on Dota. I got a good record for Spirit Breaker though, more than 2 out of every 3 games won. And that's not just pub stomps. Like I am a huge advocate of Spirit Breaker being potentially a TI4 hero. He's easily countered. You've got to use him in interesting ways, and you've got to use him right. I mean, you can say, oh, Spirit Breaker is easily countered. You can stun him out of charge. You can do all kinds of things to him, and he doesn't scale very well, and all the rest of it. All of that is totally true. You have to use him aggressively to get loads of kills early. Any game where you don't do that, even if you're doing well, even if you're not dying, you'll notice at about 20 minutes you start to fall off. But played right with either a summony pushing lineup where his movement speed aura actually does amazing things, or just with heavy stuns. I had a great game yesterday with Spirit Breaker actually, where I was playing against a Razor, and I'd been doing a very good job early lane, so I was kind of the target for them. The downside for them, of course, is I wasn't the main damage dealer on the team. I was just significant damage dealer. Razor would static link me, drain all of my damage, but unfortunately, I still did damage when I bashed. And when you're building a Spirit Breaker, pretty much, if you want to be in any way useful, the only thing you can do is go for attack speed so that you get more bashes. It goes through, well, obviously it doesn't matter if your damage has been drained by a Razor, but that's quite specific. It goes through BKB, it stuns. Once you've got crazy movement speed, it's quite easy to just stun lock someone for an indefinite amount of time. I also really like stacking passive mini stuns. It's not necessarily the best idea, but if you can get kind of Sniper, Void, Slardar, and Spirit Breaker on one team, and then just have them all surround someone and just punch them, they will never get to move. It won't require any mana, it won't require any use of abilities at all. You just hit them and they're stunned the entire time. It's hilarious. The Fnatic are definitely asking if we could go. Well, actually, Notel's saying please go. Hani's quite chill with waiting. The other 2 heroes here, Viper is just a very strong hero. He falls off when you start looking at higher tier games. Yeah, and that's definitely something to keep in mind. He's amazing at securing kills, and he can be played well, but he's actually very limited in what he can do. And generally, when you start playing better games, you start beginning to want to have more options, kind of thing. So that's why Mirana is a very big pickup, because she's got leaps, she's got stuns, she's got damage, and then when she uses her ult, well, everyone's invis. There's 1,000,001 things you could do. Viper doesn't add anything to any team combos other than just a bit more slow and a bit of DOT and that kind of thing. Kunkka, there he is. There's my man. Probably the highest, probably for me, the hero which has the highest tier and a level of skill for me. Certainly not the highest tier hero though. Can be absolutely amazing. If I was to give one trick for Kunkka for people to keep in mind, it's once you get anywhere near late game, you don't X into Torrent, as in you don't cast X and then cast Torrent, you X into Boat. It doesn't have a very long cooldown, and it's just ridiculous. Early game, if you can land a boat on a team fight, you win the team fight. It's, I say team fight, meaning I'm assuming your team are there, ready to help you. So yeah, that's the Viper. OD, very powerful hero, obviously very situational, best against strength and agility. Broodmother, I want her to be put into captain's mode. I think I could make her work, despite the recent nerf after the recent buff. So her invis and walking now works really weirdly. And then the rest. I'm actually surprised Centaur has so many games played for me. I would have thought I had others like Sand King who'd have many more than Centaur, but apparently not. Apparently I just go around losing as Centaur. Luna, started playing her loads recently. I didn't realise I was 3-for-1 with Crystal Maiden. Ha! That is absolutely hilarious. Oh dear, I'm going to pay a little bit of attention to the chat here. We will need to postpone. Oh no. Okay, we'll okay, they're going to have a conference about that, and then we'll see. Obviously, they are the official casters, so if they can't cast, that might be a bit of a problem, but totally fair enough. They don't want to chat about it here in front of the whole world and everyone. Yeah, so we're gonna have to see what happens here. Yeah. Toby's saying we're going to need to postpone this. They've obviously had some massive hardware issues. I mean, I'm not too upset about that. This was an amazing opportunity anyway. And Toby's the one who announced it in the chat and said, "Hey guys, we have 4 empty slots available on the MLG." So yeah, I'm not going to be kicking up a fuss if this is the case. But please, I would really like to be able to cast this. I very much doubt that they will discuss this for long. Either way, you know, if it's Fnatic, Notel's obviously in a little bit of a hurry, but they don't want to keep everybody hanging around. It's better to rearrange if nothing else. It's going to be a little bit sad for all of us up and comers who really want to get in there, but c'est la vie, c'est la vie. I wonder if all these guys have nope, no private profile here. 1,664 wins for Notel. That seems slightly few, I want to say, but a very nice drow kit here. Let's have a quick look at that. Genuine bow of the Master Thief. I'm not familiar with that one, but the got a nice purple bowstring there. Wonder if it's got any custom animations on it. Rox.Kis are happy to postpone. Still no new news. If everybody hasn't seen, by the way, these here are the new sets which came out with the free-to-play movie, and they are amazing. They're all linked with a particular player. This is probably my favorite one, and it makes so much sense. This is the Dendy Pudge, Murder of Crows. It's also got a custom rot animation, which is really cool. It's kind of, at the moment, I think Pudge's generic rot animation kind of looks, it's kind of cartoony, kind of like he's farting, and kind of silly. When with this custom rot animation, it basically, I can't find an image of it here, unfortunately. It basically looks like you're surrounded in black smoke, which is much cooler, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. The Doom set has some very cool things in it. I mean, very cool. This is an HYHY set. Elements of it I really like. I don't think it's quite as novel and interesting as the Pudge one is, because the Pudge one is kind of almost unique in that it kind of makes Pudge look different from all the other Pudges. This is a fairly standard Doom. I will say though, I really like the wings. Wings. Is that wings? Where are the wings? There are the wings. Yeah, the wings are really nice. They kind of look like he's kind of killed the Legion commander and stuck her little flag things into his back. And the axe, which is just amazing. Just because it's so huge. And I don't think I've seen an axe like that for Doom. There are lots of swords. They're all fiery, but that's got a really nice effect, especially with the red kind of core and then the yellow blade. Fnatic asking not to postpone if at all possible. I agree with Fnatic. Don't do this. Don't you do this. And then we got a Sven set. Let's have a look at this. So this made in conjunction with Fear. Oop. Let's have a look. I really need to have a look at these because I'm pretty sure they all have a custom animation, but I only know the Pudge one. So I need to have a better look at that. Pretty interesting Sven set, I think. It's kind of weird because it kind of changes him from a swordsman to a hammer wielder, because that's kind of hammerish. The armor's a lot blockier as well. He kind of looks almost like he's made out of stone. But yeah, very cool set. The helmet is really weird actually. It's really alien, like a recessed middle of face. All right. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. really quite ugly. Still no news. Toby's still sitting in the unassigned players slot. Still no news from this from the tournament conference where the admins chat about admin things because they're admins. And oh wow, I'm actually picking up viewers now. This is oh please, I really want this game to go ahead. In the meantime, what shall we do? What shall we keep people interested with? I've been through my armory, but maybe we could have a look at some loadouts or something. So for example, I mentioned the Kunkka blade before. This is my actual Kunkka. I think he looks pretty cool. He's known as Hobo Kunkka amongst our friends. I guess because of the peg leg and the pipe and the hat. But it's better than Guido Kunkka, which is evil dodo birds Kunkka. So you know you'd rather be a hobo than Guido, right? That makes sense. I actually want to have a look at Spectre because, as I said, I haven't really checked her out since I got this this cool hat for her, and she looks kind of badass. I like that. Like one of the problems that I have with some Dota heroes is they're all one color, and Spectre's like the worst for that. I mean, yeah, okay, it's black and purple, but yeah, black and purple. So now we got a bit of red, some nice blues. Interesting. Toby saying it would be good if we can postpone this. It's not looking good, but I mean, Fnatic are saying they definitely want to do it. Definitely want to do it now. I feel really bad for Toby. Never had an issue like this in the past. They apologise. There's no quick fix. Oh dear. Oh dear. Pudge being the one that everybody has all the items for. I don't really play Pudge, so my Pudge isn't too fancy. I've got the old Chopper's chopping arm. I've got a bunch of different. I've actually got a set, I think, of matched. Yeah, chain chopper and chain snatcher. So that's kind of cool. But whale hook gives him a slightly different pose in the profile, which is all it does. No-tail making what I personally take to be quite a good point. You know, is there not another PC available? We shall have to see. Sand King, I'm really looking to finish off the Ancient Sovereign set. Vestigial Wings, I know I need, and something else as well. Probably, yeah, the Vestigial Wings. Oh, and the Stinger. I see they have 3 studios and they're all being used. Well, that's a good reason why you can't find another PC. All the other PCs are in use. Venge, I wish I had more Venge items. I wish I had a Venge item. Look at that. It's just silly. What the hell? It looks like a fairy that just wandered into a battlefield. Lion? I did pick up some lion items recently. Oh, I picked up a hand for him. I'm happy with that. That's a cool hand. It's unequipped. Okay, it isn't that different, I guess. It's just kind of like, I don't know, his hand evolved. Kui entering and discovering everything is full. Toby's suggesting that they play game 2, guys. They're gonna play game 2, it seems like. Toby, I think, is asking for them to postpone the other matches. No JD stream for this one. I'm wondering if Dota Capitalist is going to stick around, or whether Pui Hakim is going to luck out and be able to pick up a slot here. We shall have to see, but it does look like the match is going to go ahead, guys. Let's see, it went 7, 6, 9, now it's 7 again. Yes! I'm going to type something in, so you guys will see this time. That's fine. That's fine. David here can provide an English stream. Yes, he can. That's us. Oh my gosh. Are we taking slot 1? No, I don't think so. Holy Master signs off on us doing the second game. Okay, I just might need to tend to this quickly. So we will have to see. It really shouldn't be a problem for an admin to just assign a stream on the JD website. It's just something that David he can't do by himself yet. So, or replace slot. Thanks, Puyi Hakim. Thanks. That's just awesome. That's just awesome. It is a good point though. I should assign my stream on the Join Dota website. Let's just quickly go Dota 2 MLG. Yes, I want to see the matches. Oh dear, that's not nice. Sorry. Random things opening up in Dota. David is very happy about this. He is very happy about this. He is so happy about this. So guys, as I said, we are definitely going to have another game coming up soon. Looks like this is going to be all about the Davy. But yeah, we're here too. In fact, I'll say it. If anybody wants to go over to twitch.tv/DavidEStevenson, I think he's really excited about this one. He is going to be going crazy. He's going to be the lead cast for anybody watching in English on Dota TV. So yeah, this is big. I would not mind if anybody left my channel and went over to see his. You'll still hear all of my wonderful streaming, but you'll see his camera movement and give him a bit of support right now as well, which he would love, I am sure. We also got Yapplejack joining us, which I'm quite happy about. He's an amazing stats man. So I'm gonna add Yapplejack. Onto the description of the stream. Picked up 5. Offline bro. Puyi Hakim being kinda mean here, I think. He really wants to get in on this. Oh no. None of my business. I think Puyi Hakim might be in danger of annoying the admins. I think a little bit. Fognet streaming. Can you swap with Puyi? That's fine. Oh my god. Okay, and David can go. Go, David. Go, David. There we go. And we're good to go, finally, after all of that bureaucracy, all of that just absolute drama. All of the drama. Massive shout out here to Rox and Fnatic. They've just been so patient with us. Puyi, you can't do this, bro. You arrived very, very late. You've been kind of pushy, and I very much doubt they're going to wait for him. I very much doubt it. Up to the Emmons, of course. Up to the Emmons, but this will be interesting. And of course, this is going to be really interesting. We are now the actual central main English caster. I'm kind of annoyed that I gave David this the lead cast in this one. We basically said we'd do. I did the lead cast in the last match. David was going to do the lead cast in this match, and this is a match where Toby1 has hardware problems, and our little joint stream ends up being the core English stream. Rox.Kis ready. JD ready. I'm pretty sure Fnatic have said go 100 times. Starting in 5, and they're not going to wait for Puyi. Unsurprisingly, they've waited long enough, I think. And again, if anything crashes here, which it sometimes does when matches start up, I will just load up Dota again. My computer is fast, and we'll be back in on the action in 20 seconds. We might miss a couple of bans, and if we do, I am so apologetic. It's going to be interesting to see though whether or not the
Grumble?
Hey, David, you there, mate?
Hey, I'm here. I am so excited.
You are here. You are so excited. Lead English cast.
Well, you know, I mean, check the levels again.
That's what they say.
I am so excited for this game. It's going to be Rox.Kis versus Fnatic, Game 2. Game 1 was great, and I think Game 2 is going to be even better.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
We have Yapplejack here. He's going to be providing with some nice stats and chat trivia, as he always does a great job. So glad to have Yapple with us. Just waiting on 633 to connect for Rox.Kis. Definitely had some interesting goings on in the lobby pre-game, but I don't know. I think everything worked out for the best. I don't know what you think, Grumble.
I just wish I'd let you lead cast the first game, basically. Oh, now Twitch is being weird and not loading properly for me. Sorry, I'm slightly worried about my stream. It says I'm getting
Uh-oh. And now BZZ has internet issues. One thing after another.
Are you gonna get your
quick remake and we get back into it?
Are you gonna get it, Davey?
Oh boy, so close, so close.
Is Yapple with us, by the way? I noticed we've loaded all the spectators.
Yapple is with us. He just he has his mic off, but he's with us.
Oh right, I see. Hey Yapple, I just got a message from him. We can't be typing into spectator chat though, if he's able to turn his mic on once the match starts. Cool. Awesome sauce.
I think he was playing on just doing stats and not having.
Well, anybody on my stream? We're trying, guys. We're trying. Everything's finally sorted out, but yeah, this is just being so frustrating. So frustrating. Ready to start over. They're just waiting for it was 633 who didn't load up into the last game. They're just waiting for confirmation from him that he is ready. Pui really not getting the message that they're not going to wait for his caster or him. I mean, like, just to be clear, if I were to suddenly drop out, or turns out there was an update I didn't have and everybody else did, and it was going to take me half an hour to get in, I would not expect them to wait for me, and I wouldn't. You know, I might say to my co-casters if they were in the lobby, I might be like, you know, if they can wait, that's amazing, but please don't be pushy. You know, just do a really polite, he'll be in a sec if we can wait, but no worries. Pui, man, just chill. It's good, man. You're gonna get to cast a pro game, one way or another. If you hear frantic typing, it's obviously because I am quickly sending a message. Shout out for Hanny for offering shout out. David, it was just like, what do I say to Hanny? He just offered me a shout out. I'm like, say yes, you crazy fool. Say yes. Oh, Pui Hakim is ready. Hooray! Smoke's joined him. Well, at least he won't constantly have to be able to wait now. So I'm happy. All's good. Let's progress. I'm not seeing. Am I being blind? Where is at Mr. Pity? He's chatting in the chat, but I don't see him. And I think, oh, now everybody, just in case anybody was wondering, Puyi's ready now. He's ready. He's ready. We're all ready. We're ready. We're steady. We haven't gone yet, but we're working on it. A massive apologies to anyone on stream. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
Alright.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
Oh no.
Well, hopefully everybody
Yes!
connects in. And alright.
Excuse me.
I think we're good to go, gentlemen.
I think
I
we
think
are.
we are good to go. Just waiting for a couple more spectators to load in. In case anyone missed our first start, we had a couple technical issues. 683 had some trouble connecting in. BZZ. But it's going to be Rox.Kis versus Fnatic for Game 2 in this MLG TKO match. Very excited. We had a really great first game. Exciting, interesting, relatively quick, but definitely action-packed. And I think we're going to have an even better second game. Ancient Apparition, Lycan, Naga. Great heroes, great draft, great game. So excited.
Absolutely.
Here with Grumble Duke of twitch.tv/GrumbleDuke. It's
GrumbleDuke
me,
Gaming.
David Stevenson of GrumbleDuke Gaming. Sorry,
No problem.
twitch.tv/David Y. Stevenson.
And we have Statsman with us.
We're now into the draft.
Although,
And yes, that's right. Thank you. The Applejack's with us. He doesn't have his mic on, but he's just going to be doing stats for us, providing all those great stats in chat trivia that he always does.
he really, really does. I was going to say, if you're going to do lead cast here, let me handle the. Yeah, send the stuff to me. I'll tell them to you.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
5 seconds.
Rox.Kis was the first ban. Rox.Kis on Radiant and Fnatic on the Dire. They go for the Batrider first ban. They banned that second in the first game, so clearly a hero they do not want to give over to Fnatic. Very understandable, a very powerful hero right now. We'll see if they let that Lycan first pick through again. They gave it to Fnatic, and they picked it first last game. Fnatic takes out the Dazzle, not surprising. Also their second pick from the last game. We'll see if they pair that with the Treant ban like they did last time.
I'm wondering whether we're
happy with Goblak's Abaddon.
They did. I'm wondering whether we're going to see the Batrider Invoker ban, because that's been the chain ban for the last 4 pro games we've cast. One of the teams has always banned Batrider and Invoker. Now I think this hesitation might be about, well, maybe we should ban Lycan.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're probably exactly right. That is the discussions going on right now. I mean, Lycan again had another game where his obvious impact wasn't particularly strong, but his ability to be flexible, to contribute with varying levels of farm, to find farm even when he was really pushed out of lane by that very effective aggressive Chai lane from Rox.Kis, really helped them win the game. So Lycan showing his versatility yet again.
Absolutely.
It's almost like someone shouldn't have been attacking him this whole time. I don't know.
Someone like me, you mean? Yes, well.
I don't think it'd be anyone.
Yeah, but if you've got any statistics about why Lycan is a terrible, terrible hero, and I doubt you'll be able to find any, but I'd love it if you could find someone just for a little bit of vindication.
Ban from Rox.Kis.
So that actually used up 50 seconds of their bonus time, and more than that, it wasn't the Invoker or the Lycan.
And the Lycan through. I wonder if we'll see. I mean, Rox.Kis is going to have the first pick, so I'm guessing that means they're going to take one of those two. But if they don't, then Fnatic could end up with Lycan and Invoker for this game.
I think Fnatic would be very happy with that. They would be very, very happy.
I think they would be very happy with that. And who knows what happens in the second phase of the bans. If we see an Invoker, Lycan, and an IO for Fnatic, although that would not be the most traditional team compositions, it would certainly be a game worth watching.
That it would. They're being so careful on this. I think what might have happened as well is with that massive break in between. And by the way, I have been streaming the entire time, just keeping people busy with my inventory and stuff.
I was not.
But with that massive ban, we've lost the pace. You know, there's no longer right. This is what they did last game. This is how they play. It's faded a little bit.
It's like a new series.
Yeah, exactly. And
Absolutely.
It's obviously taken these teams just a little while to figure out what the plan is here.
Right. Everyone's reset. BZZ had his internet problems. You got a new, lead caster, so that obviously changes a lot of things. So, a lot to adjust to.
Did we now? And who was that?
I don't know. Could have been anyone.
Yeah,
Voker banned out by Fnatic, so they do not want to give that away to Rox.Kis. Solo, I'm sure, would have been very happy with it.
More dangerous than the Lycan.
Well,
okay, well that's...
take the Lycan first.
That supports
me. They do. Rox.Kis takes up the Lycan. But Fnatic gets their IO and Tiny. We're going to be casting an IO Tiny Fnatic for Grumble.
Ouch. Much ouch. Such wow. This is going to be devastating, I think.
I'm focused on exciting. That's what I'm focused on.
Exciting and I think devastating as well. I think there'll definitely be some devastation.
Now will Rox.Kis get their Treant? We could see Goblak pick up his signature Treant here, although Abaddon is also on the table. But Fnatic does have their IO Tiny.
10 seconds to go.
This is going to be
Treant would be an interesting combination with Lycan. Of course, both heroes haven't been big names in the meta for very long. Treant really only being a big name in the meta for a few teams. Rox.Kis, to some extent Sigma. How do you feel like those two heroes would synergize, Grumble?
I mean, you've obviously got the... Are you talking about as laning partners? Because I can see them getting crushed quite quickly like that.
As team members, obviously, not necessarily a great lane.
As team
but
members, I can see it working quite well. I mean, Lycan isn't the squishiest, but he's not the tankiest either. Living Armor would be really useful on him, as well as all the other heals.
But Lich picked up by Rox.Kis. So perhaps a counter to IO Tiny ganks?
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, if they try and jump in behind a team fight going on so that they can get the tiny stun off, and Lich gets the opportunity to throw an ult on when there's just two of them and they're trying to hide in the jungle.
Right.
It's good by IO.
Exactly.
Tiny will probably survive though and still be in a position to do damage.
But theoretically without the IO buffing him up.
True. Then the attack speed penalty really starts to kick in there.
Darkseer banned out by Rox.Kis, used very effectively by Fnatic in the last game. So perhaps not that much right there, and Fnatic does take out the Treant. Rox.Kis had to know that was coming if they didn't take it with their second pick. So, not the strategy they chose to go for.
I've got a question.
Do you think this is going to be... Oh, go for it, please.
If you are chained to someone with IO, and you move far enough away so that the Lich ult no longer bounces, can you do that without breaking the connection?
I don't know the answer.
It's a snap link on the connection.
The Lich bounce range is smaller. That's
that would be my thought.
I could be wrong.
So a bit of clever positioning maybe from IO and Tiny, or immediate reaction after they land in.
That would be very difficult to do.
And
run in opposite directions. They could
everything.
handle it. I think they...
Centaur Warrunner banned out by Rox.Kis, but please go ahead.
Positioning will be key, is all really. And I really like the Centaur ban, because Tiny Centaur is the other obvious combo. Tiny Centaur
now,
IO.
Do you think that... Yeah, that's very... That would be a lot of good people to toss, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Do you think this is going to be Goblack or Yol on the Lich? Crumble.
You are much better than me when it comes to the heroes and knowing their assorted players.
Alright.
At a guess, I would say Yol.
I think that would be my guess as well, but
yeah.
I'm sure Goblack's more than comfortable on the hero, but Lich is more of the type of hero that Yol likes to play. The playmaker, rather than the babysitter, so to speak, or the roaming babysitter. Naga picked up again for Fnatic, so probably going to be Hani mid on that Fnatic, although it could be a support. It could be a very effective tri-lane, IO Tiny and a Naga Siren.
It's true, I mean,
we'll see.
Naga doesn't have the AoE stomp that you can activate mid-toss, which makes the Tiny Centaur such an effective combo. But she would, I assume, be able to start the cast for her splash mid-air. So you wouldn't get the stun, but you would get that slow and I think armor reduction as well and a bit of damage.
It's just damage and armor reduction, but you're still entirely correct.
Oh, the slow would be so useful on that.
That would provide sort of a very long range disable to sort of maybe even set up some of those kills. Nature's Prophet picked up by Rox.Kis.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean,
probably going to be BZZ in the solo offlane Nature's Prophet. Please go ahead.
In addition, if they had picked up the Treant, I'm not sure why we're talking about... Oh, well, of course, because it was banned. If they had picked up the Treant, it would have been good for push and counter push. I mean, they would have had solid towers and incredibly tough pushes, and they could have afforded to be under tower aggro for a long time. So very good ban there from Fnatic, I think.
Now what I'm thinking about is, if this is a Hani mid Naga Siren, it's going to be very interesting to see who they put up against her. Because if they choose to put someone, if they draft as though it's a support Naga Siren, as Fnatic picks up the Slark, probably going to be solo in the offlane? Or does this mean that Slark's going to be mid, which means more of a Naga Siren support?
I think we're going to see a bouncy Slark this game. Because he's going to be tossed and then he's going to leap. It's just going to be up, down, up, down. He's like a yo-yo. He's another good candidate for being tossed.
And then run back.
And yeah,
Puck picked up
be tossed, run back, leap, run back.
Again. So clearly, and Puck did do very well in that lane against Naga Siren. So they seem to perhaps think that's where they're going. How do you rank Puck versus Slark, Grumble Duke, and solo mid?
Solo mid. I'd probably have to give it to Puck. I mean, Slark depends an awful lot on being able to lock people down, do an awful lot of damage, and essence shift away their primary attribute. But Puck is just so wiggly. I'm not sure Puck would get kills on Slark, but I wouldn't be surprised if he avoided getting killed and got better farm.
And of course, Puck being a natural blink dagger builder would have the blink, which does break through Slark's leash.
I mean, I expect Illusory Orb and all the rest of it as well. Also, you are talking about putting a fish against a fairy dragon. So the matchup, when you think about it in those terms, is actually a little bit closer. But I'm going to say Puck can stay out of trouble.
All right. Lore Master Grumbleduke coming in with his wisdom.
I hate Murlocs. Genuinely hate Murlocs. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time.
While we have a second here, waiting for the last pickup from Fnatic. Oh, it's a Magnus. Interesting. So maybe a Magnus mid.
It's a Magnus
Or is
mid.
it a Magnus off lane?
I think it's a.
What do you think, Grumble?
I think we've got Slark off lane, tri lane with support Naga, and Magnus mid. I think Fnatic were doing something very clever there, picking the Siren up early, hoping to get out the obvious bait, and then pick a mid. Again, I'm not... Magnus on Puck, I'm not sure he's going to be getting kills either, but he's going to be getting great farm, and it's not going to be too devastating if he runs and ganks.
Seconds.
Do you think he'll farm well against the Puck?
I mean, farming with Magnus mid always, unless you're going up against another melee, comes down to how well you can land Shockwave.
Reserve time.
Right.
I'm sure there will be no problem landing Shockwave in this game. So, yeah, and if he can land on Puck as well, that is going to be the harass he needs for Puck to stay back, because they come out of nowhere. You know, you're trying to last hit, and then suddenly there's another Shockwave. You're trying to last hit, and there's another Shockwave. If you can bring him low,
Right.
Puck will have to be defensive.
Fair amount of global capability from both teams with IO and Nature's Prophet respectively. So that's definitely something we're going to be interesting to keep in mind.
10 seconds.
It's true.
to go.
I mean, obviously they've got the immediate counter to each other, but I think
seconds.
if you're talking about IO Tiny coming in on a Nature's Prophet, or IO Slark coming in on a Nature's Prophet,
Right.
I think Fnatic have the better global presence, other than for push.
Disruptor picked up by Rox.Kis. Yeah, we'll do our analysis after this brief laggy period we often get while everyone picks heroes.
Yep, of course. You can talk though, I think,
Ah, okay.
for the benefit of your stream.
Interestingly, not necessarily interesting, but it is going to be Goblack on the Lich and Yol on the Disruptor. So not surprising there at all necessarily. I would definitely think of IO and Tiny definitely, I would say, have the advantage against the Nature's Prophet. Much better. It's hard for Nature's Prophet to split push when he's concerned about IO Tiny appearing right behind him any second.
Oh my good
so
gosh, look how fast
I'm
this
sure,
Magnus is.
And he's got that ward. He wants it.
Wow, that is a fast Magnus. Interesting lanes. It's Tiny mid. Wow, okay. I've got a couple of
Probably gonna
stats
be
when
the
you're ready
IO
for them,
Tiny
or do you want to
still mid.
introduce the teams?
I guess I'm going to introduce Rox.Kis, and then if you want to introduce Fnatic, and we'll definitely have time for the stats in just a second. So real quick, we have Solo mid on the Puck, probably going to be up against an IO Tiny. We have Goblack headed to the offlane as Lich, perhaps going to be a dual offlane with Lich and Nature's Prophet, but we'll see. We have Lycan being played by BZZ. On the bottom lane with Disruptor played by Yol, and that Nature's Prophet is going to be played by Sidoi. Would you like to introduce Fnatic, Grumble?
Yes, certainly. Sorry, Lycan's making himself a little tree path down there by the tier 2 bot tower, so interesting to see what will happen with that.
That's not interesting, if not surprising. I wonder if he's going to try for some sort of odd block or something, maybe with the... I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's keep an eye.
They did ward up the Radiant Pull Camp, by the way, that Speedy Magnus.
That Speedy Magnus, nothing you can do.
Let's begin.
Even though the Nature's Prophet tree is there and probably missed scouting them out. Anyway, okay, very quickly now, onto Fnatic. We've got Fly on the Naga Siren. Looks like she is going to be heading top. Alongside Trixie on the Slark, so I expect that to support Naga. We do have No-Tail on the IO and Era on the Tiny taking IO Tiny mid. That is going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. And over on the off lane, it's Honey on the Magnus. Honey on the Magnus.
Absolutely.
That's Honey, not
Get
Honey.
a couple stats
You should
for
never
us.
put honey on the Magnus.
I think Honey on the Magnus sounds delicious.
Glazed in honey. Right, the stats. The Lich ult bounce has a 575 range. The Wisp tether has a 900 range. So actually they've got quite a lot of wiggle room there if No-Tail and Nero come in and they're worried about the Lich ult for getting away from that. And the other one is Fnatic has a 6-2 record this patch. So they're looking pretty strong.
I'm sorry, it's a 62 record with IO Tiny? Is that what you said?
What I'm getting is just 6-2 record. I find it strange that they've... Oh, with IO Tiny. Okay, yep, got a clarification on that.
Yeah.
Yep. 6-2 record with IO Tiny, so this is going to be This is gonna be good.
Definitely a signature combo for them for a long time now.
Down here,
Lycan coming out to a quick last hit lead. 7 and 4 in the safe lane, with Disruptor more or less working the jungle entirely. Has Wolves leveled, but doesn't have them out right now. Goes for the Howl.
yep, popping the Howl just to get the damage there. I mean, it's a it's a massive boon to last hitting. He's doing 84 damage right now.
Now, why do you think he's waiting to bring out the Wolves? Disruptor goes out here,
He could use them to harass.
doing some damage to Honey.
Yeah, I guess he could be using them to harass. I mean, he really doesn't want to push the lane. I think that's his main concern. Especially, I mean, they will certainly have noticed that they got blocked there. And it's only a matter of time until they deward, because they do have the sentry up.
Deward. It is in vision, but they haven't found it yet. I guess they just haven't checked that spot. I wonder if Yo's going to be headed that way soon.
Oh, and it's Yol on the Lich, and it is Gold Black. Sorry,
Yes,
it's Yol on the Disruptor, and it is Gold Black on the Lich.
Yeah, we discussed that in our during our infamous laggy period. They're going on solo here middle. IO stun. I'm sorry, Tiny stun. But Puck just phase ships and is able to walk away. Was he a illusory orb?
No Tail lands a straight three of his little spinning balls on him though. I can never remember what that move is called. It's just so silly.
Spirits.
That's the one. That is the
Actually a
one.
little low up on this top lane. He's farming okay. He has 7 last hits, but Nature's Prophet's doing much better with that Lich to help him out, keeping the lane pulled back.
Absolutely.
Magnus headed mid. They look to be going for this Puck, but there's a ward right here to spot him out.
Yeah.
Puck just going to play defensively behind the tower.
Strange move there from Honey. I mean, it's the obvious point for a. It's the obvious place that Radiant will have warded. It's
Right.
They haven't got any wards themselves. They haven't dewarded or anything like that. I'm just not sure why he thought that
It
would
may
work.
just be, if nothing else, an attempt to keep the Puck back, to keep the free farm flowing to Tiny. But yeah, I agree, a little odd.
Possibly. I don't think that's a lane that needed the
Taking care
threat of
trained by
Magnus.
this Diapole camp.
And it's a
Oh,
Lycan
they're
who's
going
getting free
in. They're
farm.
diving. Oh!
And that's why I hate
illusory
Puck.
orb from Puck. But Io has a haste rune. He still wants him, and he's
Oh,
gonna
and
get
he
him.
gets him.
Tried to deny himself to the ancients, but he just could not quite do it. And now
I love that.
Tiny, who is low, but
Tiny throws Magnus, who he obviously decided was just incapable of
Nature's
looking after
Prophet
himself.
walks up.
Radiant's middle tower is
Creeps are able to
under
cancel
attack.
arrows south, but a successful gank mid on that Puck. Quite a dive there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose,
Radiant's middle tower
you know,
is
after saying,
under
oh, they're
attack.
being silly here, they know it's coming, they pulled it off. I suppose just the ridiculous kind of throw plus charge plus everything else,
Right,
the movement speed
right.
on the IO.
Well, that haste rune on Io made all the difference.
Absolutely, yeah. And now you'll notice
Io
he's
did
got
rush
an
the bottle,
invis.
Very, very common for him. Yep, good point. But free farm for BZZ here on this bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous
yet
thing.
another, another game with the Rox.Kis hard carry getting free farm.
I mean, he
Will they be able
can.
to convert it?
Sorry.
Will they be able to convert it? I'm surprised they didn't push that lane at all while Hani was gone.
Well, he's got a couple of core items
Tower's
to go, and then he'll
still
be online. I know we were
Yep.
discussing farming strategies recently,
Just
but I think
took
this
the
is.
Vlads.
Yep. He was right on the button for that.
Probably go for Medallion next. But Sidoi farming quite well as well. He's got phase boots and tangos. Surprised, is there a Midas on the way or getting stash? Not sure. Io and Tiny going on Puck again, but he moves out with that illusory ore. They are really making solo work to stay in this lane and get levels. He's 13 and 2 against Tiny's 29 and 9, so definitely losing the lane. How would you rate this for Rox.Kis? I mean, choosing to leave Puck solo against Tiny as an illusory orb flies in to get some more harass. Do you think they're making the right decision? Puck's getting some levels and some farm. He's level 5, but Aerith 5 as well.
I mean, I think it could be worse than it appears. You know, one of the reasons he's slightly behind is because of that Magnus gank, which ended up killing him. But I honestly think that wasn't necessarily the best decision for Fnatic, just because, yeah, it did let that Lycan get free farm. which now means that Disruptor can pretty much get all the lane and XP and gold, and Lycan can just go to the jungle.
As he has. Tiny picking up a bracer in his stash, so probably going to be drums coming out for him. Nature's Prophet has 900 gold in the bank. Do you think Nature's Prophet's going to go for a Midas this game, Grumble?
I would expect so. I would expect so. He's got his phase up, he's got 900 gold. He's got the room for it.
Nature's Prophet 28 and 8 to Slark's 16 and 1 as in off-lane duels. So doing quite well. But Naga Siren has been pulling and working the jungle as she does, but Stoy's now down here interrupting their side pull. Level-wise, I mean, Yol in this dual lane for bottom is basically equal in levels to the Magnus in the solo, so all of Rox.Kis' lanes seem to be going well except that middle. So they're willing to let Io and Tiny get their levels and get their farm to win the other two lanes, and we'll see if they can make it worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tiny just levels his ultimate there. Phase boost, Arcane boost picked up by Magnus. All he has on him right now.
Oh, I've just realized something.
The flats earlier.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be AFK.
Yes? Okay, go for it. Well, we have a quick second. The lane's pretty quiet right now. I definitely want to give a shout out to everyone that's watching. So excited to have this opportunity. Thanks so much to MLG TKO and JDL, and very excited to be here. Shout out to everyone that's watching. I know Kikapew and Umarg are watching. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone with the wave. Welcome to the big time, guys. Back to the game. Solo here at the mid. I'm getting a little bit of lag. Not sure exactly what that's on, but sorry for that. Everything looks good right now. This middle tower definitely taking some damage. They may just try to go for it with this siege creep. Io tanking the tower, getting low. Tower is deniable, and the Fortify comes out. Lycan's here with the wolves, pops his ultimate. He may go for Tiny. He's chasing him. Tiny stun comes out. Io's trying to block. Heal up Era. Io taking some damage. Oh, Io's very low. Bro from Tiny, trying to make BZZ back up, and he will. Wolves are chasing after Io though, but they run out just in time. Io escapes. Very close there. They do deny the tower middle.
Apologies for that. I just realized, for anybody watching on my stream, I have been uploading on another computer because this was a very unexpected match for us. So that's why I've been very, very laggy, but that'll fix itself hopefully by the time you hear me say this.
Yeah, I'm getting some lag, I think just from Dota. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but not too bad, and hopefully it works itself out soon.
That on top of...
There's a double damage rune bottom, which flies scattered out with his illusions. So we did see the middle tower denied by Puck there. Lycan did go for a pretty hard kill on that Tiny Io combo, but both were able to sort of split the damage, and that clutch Tiny toss was able to get everyone out there safely. So,
good job.
How would you rate that, Grumble? The deny mid now here before 10 minutes. Is that a win or a loss for Puck?
A deny, the earlier it happens, the more significant it is. I think that was very well played by him. Of course, I missed it being AFK, but I imagine it was magnificent. And in a game with a Magnus, that's kind of impressive.
Lycan definitely did the work there. Now, Lycan still has continued to get pretty good farm as he heads into Roche. He's smoked up, so I don't think Fly saw him, and he's going to go for it, and Fly walks away. So Lycan now working hard on this Roche with his wolves.
Ooh.
Definitely keep an eye on that.
That was close.
3 heroes from Fnatic headed into this mid lane. May go for this Yol and this Disruptor.
I expect they will, yes.
Farming the stack. Good stack steal, but Lycan doing good work on Roche. Got him down to 2,000 health. Looks like he won't have any issues. And no one seems to see him coming, although this might just be timed oddly.
Oh dear.
Right there. He throws his ult. Net flies out on BZZ, and Io and Tiny are there. A lot of damage on Lycan. Very low.
But
he does fall.
He's got the Aegis, of course.
Magnus is here too. But Disruptor and Treant have arrived. Looks like everyone's just going to walk away.
Yeah, I think so.
Golden experience picked up by Lycan, but no Aegis. But now everyone's here. Illusory Orb. Puck ult. Tiny taking a lot of damage, going very low. Eric does fall. Slark going on Lich. Lich throws out his ultimate, no creeps around, but pretty well broken up. Magnus ult, and is able to take out the Lycan. Disruptor's just going to TP away, and it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Rox.Kis lose Lich and Lycan, and then Fnatic loses their Tiny.
Yeah.
Although Slark's still going for this puck, he's very low. The loser ult falls out. Slark's just waiting in the trees, still getting a little bit of lag. Looks like everyone will just walk away.
Everyone will walk away. I mean,
I'll take that back. Io and Tiny are going on this Nature's Prophet top. Stun falls out, toss, spirits, and Nature's Prophet falls to the Tiny.
very, very well played.
Quite the same fight there, but in the end it's a 3-for-1. Fnatic up now 5-2.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rox.Kis kind of had an option to walk away there a little bit. You know, they got the Lycan, and the Aegis got popped, but you still made a massive profit, and you pulled everyone out of position. They could have backed off then, I think, and I'm not sure it went very well for them.
Yeah, they
decision
definitely
not
chose to take that fight and didn't need to, and did not work out well.
No, they
I'm
just
not sure
didn't.
if they really realized how that Slark was so close. You know, with his ultimate, such a fast hero, sort of brings his own type of global presence with that speed. I don't think they expected him to be there.
The other thing that was kind of strange is they used the Lich ult after they used all of their lockdown. I mean, the disruptor stuff and the and the puck ult. Admittedly, they only caught the one. They caught Tiny, which was unfortunate. But what it meant was when the Lich ult got popped, there was just nobody else around. Naga could just back off. She wisely chose not to pop her illusions until after it had hit. If she'd done that differently, that would have been quite funny. Just would have bounced around the illusions and ended up killing her. But
deal with a little bit of lag.
But there you go.
So there's that. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Push a Bruin here in the middle. Trixie trying to fight off these treants is a whale on the tier 1 tower. Slark, of course, notoriously bad against pushes, but clears them up pretty easily. Bottom tower. Io Tiny come in and are able to take out the puck by the bottom tower. Ani's just going to TP away. Eric and Era and No-Tail work hard on the puck ult, but look to be fine. Disruptor's headed down that direction. Io TP's out and leaves Tiny, but Disruptor's a little caught between the Slark and the Tiny.
Yeah.
Decides just to back up though.
We are seeing what we said.
Not sure where the rest of the team is. Go ahead.
We are seeing what we said in the pre-match as well, though. The global presence of Tiny Io is vastly superior to Nature's Prophet, and it's actually even better than we expected, because Nature's Prophet isn't able to do any pushing really without them just TPing on top of his head and killing him. He's basically now having to play kind of as a group team support, which he's not very good at.
Oh, and Era takes out the Disruptor. Disruptor was just hanging around in that Radiant jungle a little bit too long.
And now TPing top. Fnatic aren't going to let that go. Oh.
Looks like Naga's going to try to set up for a neck. She sees Lycan right next to him. Throws out the net.
So much damage.
Throws out his ult. Lich ult falls out. Quickly takes out Hani. I'm sorry, not Hani. Naga. Lycan going on Tiny. Io is there to back him up though.
That
But
movement
a little bit
speed.
more effective. Lich ult is able to take out one.
Absolutely, that was a good one. It got a few
just
bounces
TP's
in
bottom.
there.
They're going to pull back on this push, and Lycan's going to try to force some TPs to that bottom tower. Of course, there were TPs top, so not quite as many options to rotate. But Trixie is pushing this middle lane. Solo's going to be there. A little bit more, though definitely, it's still a very exciting game. A little bit more static than maybe the last one. Or I should say more team fights, as opposed to ganks and laning kills. I suppose it's a little bit more natural with the big Io Tiny setups. Forcing Nature's Prophet on the split push. Lycan is able to get bottom, but Naga nets him. Magnus is here as well. Uses his ult. Pushes him back with the skewer. Lycan should fall here. Trying to juke, but I don't see how he could get out of this. Oh, meanwhile, Nature's Prophet falls bottom. I mean, by the bottom lane. So Lycan and Nature's Prophet both fall, but they glimpse Trixie back, and he immediately goes down to a lot of burst damage.
I was going to say...
2-for-1 exchange, I suppose, map-wide with Fnatic.
Yeah, the Nature's Prophet there with Trixie on Nature's Prophet was going on at the exact same time as all the stuff you were talking about. So I was kind of desperately switching my camera back and forth between them. But that was a beautiful... the decision making there from Rox.Kis. It's okay, no, Lycan is dead. He's more important than Nature's Prophet, but he's already dead. We can't save him. Let's get into position to take out the Slark, because that is something that we can achieve. and it will give us something back for this. So big shout out to them for that. That
No
was
tail gonna
beautifully
bottle
done.
haste rune here, top.
Disruptor, my new
Absolutely,
favorite
but
support.
Nature's Prophet did still fall. Oh, Disruptor, very strong.
Oh,
hero, so-
Nature's Prophet fell
and,
long before that.
definitely,
The Slark had ganked the
Radiant's
Nature's Prophet,
bottom tower
killed
is
him
under siege.
while the Lycan
Oh, I
kill was
see.
going on,
I see.
and then the rest of
I
Rox.Kis
see.
came in and took out the Slark. Beautifully, beautifully done. No D-Ward here
So,
coming out from
Fnatic-
Dire. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah,
They
interesting.
pinged it. They pinged it. Magnus spotted it. It was illusions that were walking past it before.
And I'm still getting some lag, unfortunately. Io and Tiny are able to relocate out as BZZ pops his ult trying to take him down. But Io should be back, and I don't see any way that this Io is going to walk away.
Radiant's
No.
bottom
Oh, Puck is
tower
here, though.
under siege.
Oh, he's
Silences the
speedy.
Tiny.
He's
Io,
speedy.
not quite enough.
Not gonna make it.
Tried to use that haste rune he had bottled earlier to get out, but just too much damage.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But meanwhile, ooh,
Top tower is under
Nature's
attack.
Prophet ult takes out Tiny, and now Hani's in some trouble. Should be able to just TP out here.
Oof.
Lycan destroys the top tower. So much global presence here, hard to keep up with it all in different parts of the map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just having a... Let's see, XP per minute, Tiny's sitting on 300. Let's have a look at the gold per minute. Because I'm beginning to feel that this ganking strategy with Tiny in this match has got them a lot of kills. But Nature's Prophet and Lycan leading the gold per minute charts, leading the XP per
yeah,
minute charts
they're up by,
along with Puck. It's the danger of an overly
They're up by
ganking
almost
focused lineup.
4,000 gold per minute. I'm sorry, up in almost 4,000 gold lead for Rox.Kis.
Yeah. And you can really see the benefit of, you had Nature's Prophet solo, you had Puck solo. Nature's Prophet wasn't solo, sorry, but he was with a Lich, so that's basically solo. Kind of solo.
Right.
And then Lycan was a high carry down safe. So they've got their 3 cores right at the top of the XP per minute chart. Fnatic, basically, I guess, are they running 2 core? What would you say?
Fnatic?
It can't be a 2
I think
core, but
Magnus
it's...
is a core, Slark's a core, and Tiny's a core. I think they have a very solid late game here. They are definitely down in gold. Experience-wise, definitely down again. It's about 3,000 experience and above 4,000 gold. I think they have an okay lineup to go late. Naga, of course, is a support that can scale perfectly well along with anybody else. But they do seem to be struggling a little bit in this mid game, despite getting kills.
Yeah.
Unable to defend their towers and unable to stop Rox.Kis from farming very, very well.
I mean,
Lots of Necros just picked up there. Lycan and Nature's Prophet just picked up Necro books. Both heroes, of course, very happy to carry them. And mass Necro books are definitely something not to be ignored. Lycan has a level 1, and I believe Nature's Prophet has a level 2. It was a level 3 Necro book for Nature's Prophet.
Yep. Honey finishes off that ward we spotted out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a DC.
Oh. Yeah, I'm getting lag from Dota TV. Are you getting the same, Grumble?
No, I'm not. Now that I've fixed that, this is the problem when you suddenly get invited to awesome games. All the other stuff you've got going on is just slowing down your computer. Now I'm uploading something.
You're just a little bit closer to Luxembourg than I am, so perhaps it's not entirely.
Right, yes, of course. Yeah, Applejack saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I haven't been checking my stats combos. Yapple, I apologize. Okay, I can catch up. We haven't had too many. Lycan is 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss, when finishing his lads before 5 minutes, as he did this game. That is all time.
Interesting.
So what that means is, apart from anything else, we've only ever had 3 Lycans, including this one, finish lads before 5 minutes in a pro game.
I'm surprised, A, that that's not 2-0, and B, that there are that few Lycan early Vlads. Definitely an item he loves to rush, and I'm surprised to be getting free farm he wouldn't get that item every game.
I suppose
There is some danger to it, to pushing the lane, so I could see someone maybe try to hold off.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you're picking up a Vlad's, you're first and rushing it before even boots. You're doing something a little bit strange, I think. Not bad, but you have to do exactly what they were doing in this game, which is you have Lycan lane up until he gets the Vlad's and then hit the jungle, which isn't...
Did he get the Vlads before boots? I didn't see.
I guess I'm kind of just assuming he did because of the... because he got it within 5
sure.
minutes. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, Vlad's in lane is as you say, it's going to push it like crazy. So Lycan at that stage
Sure.
needs to be splitting his farm at least
Then he
between
did a
that
great
and the
job
jungle.
of just heading to the jungle and letting Disruptor farm. Disruptor got lots of levels from that.
And they need that Disruptor. He's a great counter to the Slark, who's going to be incredibly annoying.
Right. And to the IO.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Magnus. All heroes who are very mobile, very much rely on
I mean,
that careful positioning in team fights.
What we actually haven't seen is an IO Tiny blink in and then be glimpsed back to their previous position. You know, you could just glimpse back the Tiny and murder the IO. Or if you're feeling slightly more confident, you glimpse back the IO and murder the Tiny.
I'm sure that was a big part of their plan.
Oh dear, more DCs coming out here.
I believe that's just a spectator.
That is one of Pui Hakim's co-casters there.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna check my Twitch chat real quick, see if anyone.
Yes, of course. I'm curious to know how many viewers you got. Oh, Yapple actually had a DC earlier.
I'm curious to know as well. Oh, did he?
Oh.
Okay, well here's BZZ coming on his way back. Looks like we're ready to go. And here we are. So we've got Disruptor, Lich, and Nature's Prophet, along with Lycan. There may be a bit of a push brewing here in the middle. We'll watch carefully. Oh, sorry, I have a little bit of noise in the background. Let me shut that off very quickly.
And actually,
sorry about that.
The thing that I normally always give massive respect to team for, and is totally true this game that I haven't even mentioned, is the potential for Aura summons tower pushing with Lycan and Nature's Prophet.
Oh, sure.
They haven't split the entire team around it, but
quickly takes out all those summons.
Yeah, and that was a significant amount of fun for Tiny.
Very low. Glimpse has already been popped. Magnus ult goes on Lycan, but Lich ult flies out. Era taking a lot of damage. Glimp back into the hoop. He's caught against it. Lycan's going on, but he's very low. And the Naga song comes in just in time to save the Tiny. IO takes away Tiny, but Naga's still here. Naga's still very low. Solo going on her. She should fall, and IO's just about to fly back in. Disruptor Hoot already down, but he brings Arrow with him. And now Fnatic Rox.Kis on the run out. Every hero very, very low for them. Disruptor earns himself up, and he does glimpse the Tiny back on the chase. The summons are going after IO, very low, but Tiny uses his stun to walk him out. Roshan just peeks his head in and says, Did someone call me? Am I needed here? No? Okay.
Someone
I'm
knocked.
just going to go back and chill for a bit. Sorry. So, despite what was quite an exciting fight, we see only the Naga and the Lycan fall. So I guess that's an advantage for Fnatic, although that mid tower was destroyed.
I think.
There's pings near Roshan. They may be concerned that Lycan's headed over there.
Did Slark not die? So I thought I saw 2 cooldowns going down on the Dire. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. What I found.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What I found really surprising about that fight, though, was given Magnus's position and the fact that he has Skewer, he could pretty much have guaranteed that kill on the Lycan. It was pretty much guaranteed. And yet Naga Siren
is going to go for this Roshan. Lycan
oh yeah, they are.
I'm sorry, go right ahead, Grumble.
It was just Naga Siren kind of chose to hang around right next to the entire Rox.Kis team until the song ended. Like, she could have backed out, making sure to keep Lycan caught on the edge of it until right at the end.
That's a great point.
Then just killed with the shockwave. She didn't need to die there. I don't think.
It seemed like they were planning on IO and Tiny re-engaging with the relocate.
Maybe the timing was just slightly off.
Roshan does fall, and it looks like Fnatic's just gonna have to back off. Rox.Kis on their way up. Naga puts out some illusions to slow down the chase, and Slark dives in on Nature's Prophet. Tiny stun flies out. Disruptor ult laid down on top of Trixie. Lycan's there, and he's unable to take it out. Nature's Prophet and Slark both dead. Puck ult and silence on Tiny, IO. Magnus ult flies in. A lot of damage to all 3 heroes. That cleave doing a ton of work. Lycan, Disruptor fall, Nature's Prophet buyback, Lich dead. They're going on Sidoi here, just beating him down. Solo's back in here though, but the Tiny stun and lift are too much. Oh my goodness, Rox.Kis is just feeding. Unable to take down Tiny, and it's a rampage for Era on the Tiny.
That was epic.
Wow. That cleave and Magnus ult combo was devastating. 3 heroes melted faster than you could see it happening.
Well, I mean, don't forget the Magnus cleave. Tiny was empowered through all that as well.
Point. That's right. Double cleave with both his ult, which he's already picked up his Aghanims, and the Magnus cleave. 5 kills for Era in that fight.
It's true, actually. I guess a lot of the utility of Vlad's goes away when you've got so much cleave on the enemy team. Given that cleave ignores armor, and yeah, you still get the lifesteal. That's good, but it's not as useful as normal.
No, it's not. TP's coming out on Era. They want to go on him. They want this tower though, and Tiny does take it down. Era low. Lich ult flies out. Puck ult. Magnus misses.
That Lich ult bounced all over the place.
Go on this Magnus. Yeah, Lich ult did a lot of work there. But Nolta's very low and does fall. Seedoy outside of the Naga song.
Yeah,
and Naga's just going to TP out. But that was still a 1-for-1 trade. Disruptor did fall for Rox.Kis. And they got the tower.
Point made by my stats guy, our stats guy. Once Howl is maxed, it will actually double the damage of Treants.
That is a very interesting point. So still a lot of push potential for Rox.Kis lineup. They're down 4 kills. Oh, and Puck took out Magnus. I'm not sure what Magnus was doing. I guess he was over by this bottom rune trying to pick it up. That was quite a series of fights there. So I take that to mean that you think Rox.Kis is still very much in this game, Grumble?
I think they can. I think they... Oof. I mean, their best option right now is Ratdota. I mean, as you said, they're going Necros.
Slark going on Naga. Oh. Naga should fall. I mean, sorry, Disruptor. Disruptor does fall. Lich is here, but no real backup. Nature's Prophet ult flies out.
It's going to be tricky. I mean,
Nature's Prophet's foot pushing top.
If this was a normal game with normal teams...
Lots of pings on this Lich. They have vision with this ward. I think they're going for the IO Tiny on him. Relocate comes in. Stun lands. Lift. Spirits. And he falls.
It's so fast.
No one there to back him up.
It's so fast. And they're just going to go straight back to Ancient farming.
Continuing to push this top lane.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're going for maybe a bit of a pincer gank on this Nature's Prophet, from judging from what they're drawing on the map, but Lycan just farms the Ancient. Everything seems to have settled down quite a bit. Era continuing to farm very well. Yeah, I certainly would agree with you. Towers only 1 down for Rox.Kis. Rox.Kis still has a slight lead advantage in the gold, less than 2,500, but it's there. Only down by about 2,000 experience, so this game's still very close despite that rampage on Tiny.
Indeed.
I mean, the IO Tiny has worked magnificently. Tiny is 9-2, IO's 1-4, but his farm's great. He's got drums, he's got the Aghanim Scepter, he's already got a heart up, so still has a lot of scaling to go with his attack speed. Really hasn't built that up at all. We could still see the Mjolnir or Assault Curious or even a Butterfly coming out if that's what they want to go for.
Assault Curious. I love it.
Curious. Not all it can be all British like you.
I know, right? Oh, we had so much fun with Scoots yesterday when he was talking about Visage. And we're like, Visage.
Lycan continuing to farm these Ancients. Lycan 3,000 behind Tiny for the top of the net worth charts, but after that it's all Rox.Kis. Next person up is on the net worth chart is Trixie on the Slark with close to 8,000 gold. So Tiny clearly the carry of this game, but those all 3 cores from Rox.Kis still doing quite well for themselves.
I just had an absolute senior moment for a second there. I was looking at Lycan farming the Ancient stack there, the big golems. I honestly thought it was Tiny, and I was trying to work out why they weren't fighting. Giant stone-looking golem thing. Come on, cut me some slack.
Well, when he has his level 16 ult and then pops BKB, he can be a pretty big-looking guy.
He's huge, and he looks like a mud golem. I'm waiting for more mud golems to spawn so that I can get a comparison.
Though I am anti-Terrorblade, both in that I think he's annoying to play against, and I don't think he's that great. It will be fun when he's in Captain's mode and played in pro games, so we can cast him. We can wait for that game where it happens. So we see Terrorblade, who has the biggest model in the game. We'll get BKB and the Ogre Magi buff. I want to see how big he can get.
That would be awesome.
Lycan farming
just huge.
This top, but being pinged out, but seems to feel it.
Certain heroes are just terrifying, like Doom with BKB.
Lycan, Lich, and Disruptor about to walk into Tiny. Will we see an engagement here? Nope. Lycan just backs off.
Oh, I think
no,
we will.
I'm sorry. That's Puck coming in with Travels. They want to take this fight. They say Io and Tiny, they can't relocate to us. They're already here.
Yeah, it's the other
We
three.
do see Trixie, Fly, and Hani pushing this bottom lane.
I mean, I'd be
Nature's
very
Prophet just
surprised.
working the jungle.
Yep. They all have TPs.
So if Fnatic doesn't, Fnatic's almost certainly going to take this bottom tower. Oh no, we see Naga TP up top. 4 heroes. Arrow wants to clear all the summons, and he does. And they go on Tiny. But Song comes out immediately. As
Beautiful
soon as Lycan
Song
pops
there.
his ult.
And
now
it-
his ult
and it ruins
doesn't
the
have
static
much time left
field.
when the Song falls. But Puck ult comes in, Disruptor ult, so everyone's silenced. Lich ult flies in, doing a lot of damage. Io here to help out Tiny. Hani whiffs the ultimate, but Lich still falls. Slark already dead. Disruptor trying to TP out. And that looks to be it. But Io and Tiny relocate behind. They're going to go on Puck. He sends an orb into the trees. He's in there.
Oh, excellent throw there, taking
Io
advantage of the
throws Tiny
fact.
in there, and then blinks and is going to TP out. And Hani too late to blink in. Excellent play from Solo on that Puck. They sent everything they could at him and were able to do nothing. And meanwhile, those summons doing a lot of work against this middle tower, but Era cleans them up so fast with Stun and Cleave. Already has that
ridiculous.
Hyperstone, Plate Mail, and Chainmail in the stash, so it looks like it is going to be Assault Curious. A great pickup on Tiny.
I just want to do one quick shout out there to
Lycan has
the
a haste rune.
to the Tiny. He did an amazing throw there, taking advantage of the fact that the throw mechanics don't work like they should in real life. If you throw someone and then they get suddenly moved, e.g. as in that case with Puck's illusory orb, they will redirect mid-air and they will land.
Net unlike, and he'll just TP out.
They will land on the hero even if they've done a massive move.
Yep.
So that was taking advantage. That
Absolutely.
meant that they still had vision even after the illusory orb.
Sadoy being caught by this Tiny and falls. Solo's here as well. Throws out the ult to try to escape, but Magnus ult keeps him locked down, and he falls to the 4-man gank from Fnatic.
I think it was 99% Magnus. But yeah,
Well, Tiny was definitely the first kill. I think by the time Magnus caught him, he was already low, but definitely excellent coordination between all 4 of those heroes. Net. Disruptor throws out his ult preemptively, feeling the Io and Tiny gank coming in, but just too much physical damage on this Tiny now. He doesn't need the stun to kill you at this point. He's got a full Assault Curious, a Heart, and an Aghanim Scepter and drums. He is ready to roll.
look at that
He's gonna
tower
start
damage.
pushing down this middle tower. Look how fast it loses health.
He is doing.
I don't know how they're going to defend it with just Lycan and Lich.
Quick shout out here. His base damage, no crits, no divine rapier, no nothing. 510.
Goodness gracious.
And that's why these creep waves are just
Well,
exploding
that's
whenever
with
he
the
touches
Magnus
one
in
of
power.
them.
That's with the Magnus in power.
Increased by 50%, yes, of course, you're right. So I would imagine it's probably just the 338.
Oh wow, this tier 3 bottom. Lich throws out his ult just on Tiny in the creeps to try to get him to stop.
I don't think
He
Tiny
moves away from the
cares.
creeps and keeps going. Stun on Disruptor falls. Era is out of control. Lycan goes in, pops his BKB, trying to take down Io, but he goes down.
Oh,
Net on
Lycan!
Tiny just beating away at him. Io does fall.
Oh,
Buyback from Disruptor.
Oh, he
Shadoi
gets
very
it.
low. Slark takes him out. Puck comes in, but just Tiny is destroying everyone. Are we going to see another rampage here? Throws Io into the base.
gotta be quick. GG's been called.
Oh, he wants it. He wants it. He has the ultra, but he chooses to come out and does not go for the Lich. That was very close to another rampage there. I am not sure that the Fountain would have taken it out before Lich fell.
That was excellently played, I think, on all sides. I love the fact that Lich,
A
even
lot of
after
GG
GG
well
had been
played.
called, quickly grabs a 4-staff, I guess, just to try and see if, even after the game, they can get a kill on that Tiny. Just like, get in the fountain!
That's what it was. He force-staffed Tiny out. I thought Tiny somehow blinked or was pulled back by someone, but that is how.
Well, Lich
that
is on the
how
other
he kept
team.
Tiny down. That's the only thing that. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Lich,
Yeah,
Lich must be looking to push him in.
Force-staff and force-staff Tiny out of the fountain. Otherwise, Lich would have died, and Tiny would have gotten the second rampage.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Okay,
So that
well.
was almost the second rampage for Tiny.
Well,
Wow,
GG.
What a game.
Yeah, that was really fun.
GG indeed.
I don't know if there's a third one, though.
I think the moral of the story is, if you give Io and Tiny to Fnatic, you may end up paying for it.
There may be a third one. Toby, I think, was asking if there is a third one, if it could be cancelled. I'm not sure if this is best of 2 or just 3
I'm going
matches.
to shut the stream down, but if you're watching, please stick around and we may see a third game. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and hopefully we'll be back shortly.
Like, comment, subscribe. Anybody in my stream, I am going to hang around here just for a brief minute, see if the lobby comes up, although my gut is telling me it won't work. Let me have a quick look-see here. I'm just going into the casting conversation that I have access to. But as I say, I do kind of feel that like this is like this is probably over. Anybody watching, thank you very much for doing so. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. If you were coming in hoping for Toby1 and the English stream, I do kind of appreciate that. They were obviously meant to be the official casters for this, and we are still just getting started. Toby had some hardware issues. We were the only English casters around, so we were taking the #1 slot. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we didn't let you down too much. And yeah, any likes, comments, subscribes, that will help us do this more, so that we'll get better, so that next time we'll earn our way into this rather than just totally lucking out. But yeah, cheers. Thanks everybody watching. I say that in the expectation of, yep, no third match, just got confirmation. So yeah, GG's. There will be more casting coming from me tonight, but I don't think I've got any more pro matches. It'll be our own little tournament, or just some fun ranked stuff. But yeah, GG's.